Hi, I'm Meg.
And I'm David.
Welcome to The Average Vegans, a podcast to help you live an attainable vegan lifestyle. We're not the ripped influencer vegans you hear about in other podcasts. We're just some ordinary people living in the South, eating plants and loving animals.
And welcome to mini episode number 3, where we cover all the vegan news and stories.
Well, one of these days you might quit doing that. We'll see. We'll see.
No, not till you say Dave, we have a show's conversation. Could you please stop doing that? Then I'll stop. But until then, you're gonna get something weird at the beginning.
Fine. Oh, sorry, everybody.
I'm not. It's hilarious.
Yes, these are our shorter episodes. This is our third one. We're just covering some vegan stuff that we've seen online that we thought you guys might be interested in. So let's get right into it. No dilly-daddling. Okay, first thing. Gordon Ramsay is the face of a new vegan oat milk campaign.
Huh.
That sentence alone just blows my mind. He is a vegan hater, or has been in the past, like notorious vegan hater. So this campaign is actually pretty amazing. My marketing heart loves it so much, just because I think it's pretty clever. So it's a goat campaign, the greatest of all time, using oat milk, and it has ambassadors that are considered, the greatest in whatever they do. So they named Gordon Ramsay the goat of yelling in kitchens. Come on.
Fair.
That's adorable. I kind of love it. Yeah. So crazy yelling psycho Gordon Ramsay is going to be the face of an oat milk campaign. And it feels like maybe hell has frozen over, because that's just bizarre. I love it.
It's actually really wild, because Gordon Ramsay actually got into, I think about a year or so ago, with someone, I think it might have been Pierce Morgan, actually, he got into it with on Twitter, where Pierce made a comment about there being a vegan option on Gordon Ramsay's, on the menu of Gordon Ramsay's restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
And Gordon Ramsay was, his response was basically like, this is where things are going, so you either lead, follow, or get out of the way. He's like, there's a market for it, this is where it's going. It's a business. I'm not stupid, essentially.
Right, exactly.
You got money, I want it. Here's some options. I'm like, yeah, dude, fair enough. That's all we're asking for anyway.
Exactly. And I just think it's interesting. Some of the goats in this commercial are ones that you aren't surprised to see, maybe some, there's a cheerleading champion, Gabby Butler, that I could totally see. She's from that show Cheer on Netflix. I could see her as the face of oat milk, but Gordon Ramsay I feel like those are the kinds of people that sway other people. They're like, oh, well, if Gordon Ramsay says oat milk's okay, maybe I'll try it. I'll see, maybe.
Yeah, just raises an eyebrow a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's interesting. So check it out when you guys see it. It's for the company Silk. It's their oat milk that is out, and I actually have never seen it in the stores, so I'll keep an eye out for it too.
Heck yeah.
But yes.
Our next news story is Long John Silver's is adding vegan fish in a few select California and Georgia locations, which I thought was interesting. So this is their first plant-based seafood option. They're testing it in 5 locations. It's a plant-based fish. It's made by a company called Good Catch.
Okay.
They're gonna have 3 menu options. One is called the plant-based platter, which has 2 fish-free fillets and 2 crab-free cakes with 2 sides, or you can get just the fish or the crab-free cakes by themselves with 2 sides. So this is wild for me.
Excited.
This is a little crazy because, Long John Silver's for me was a go-to years and years ago. I used to put on truck accessories and stuff 7 so years. I worked outside in the blazing Georgia heat and
oh my goodness,
having heat strokes and stuff. But when it came down for lunch, we would all put our lunch order in, and Long John Silver's was a place we'd go to. So it's this. Long John Silver's, Captain D's as well, maybe Long John Silver's has like
Mhm.
this like really ingrained like memories for me. Like when I was much younger, even as like a kid, like I didn't like a
Yes.
lot in this.
Childhood, it really
There's
makes you
a
think of your childhood.
It really does. So seeing this is a amazing kind of giant step in direction, knowing that there's a market for this, and there's so many options. There was actually a recent pop up, uh, in near Marietta, over near where my some family lives, and I took my mom out there, and it was a vegan seafood pop up, and I'm not sure if it was by the same company, but they use banana blossoms for the
Oh,
fish. It was really,
nice.
really cool. So having that option, and like especially these options with like the crab cakes and the fish fillets is really cool, especially at a place like that where you can get it quickly. It's not some specialty restaurant. That's all I've seen. They're not specialty restaurants. It's
Yeah.
like the Burger Kings, Long John Silver's having these options. You can get them and go, and there's no excuse. You don't have to go to like a you know f- vegan place that could be a little weird for some people.
I also think of those teenage preteen girls who suddenly want to go vegan because they saw something, and back in the day they were like out of luck
Hmm.
when the family wanted to go out to dinner. Now there's like options for them, and I just love it. I mean, fast food is obviously not an everyday thing. You shouldn't eat it all the time, but it's awesome to have options around here. So, and I'm excited that it says Georgia in this list. What's
Yeah, it
up?
was one in Albany, I believe, and
South?
yeah, I was actually I meant to look up where they were, but I know a lot of listeners aren't in Georgia or California.
We
So
have a pretty
Noonan
good
and Albany.
following.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, Noonan and Albany.
Oh, huh. We'll have to try it out because that's exciting.
That's interesting.
And when we try that out, we also have to go to Plant-Based Pizzeria in Atlanta. I'm
Yes.
going to segue right to mine because this is super cool. So, if you follow any kind of like vegan news outlet, or if you follow the Beyond brand on social, you saw that they had like a new product coming out and they were hyping it up. It was pretty cool. So, it turned out to be Beyond chicken tenders. And that's awesome because apparently they had them like a long time ago
Hmm.
before they became popular for their burgers, but they like obviously took them down and they redid them and made them like better. Um, and I'm excited because I like Beyond products. I know that you're not a big fan of the burgers, but you have to try the chicken with me. I mean, it's like a given. We have to give it a shot. Um, there is a place in Atlanta that has it, Plant-Based Pizzeria, like I mentioned. They have 2 locations in Atlanta, and I think they have them at both locations. I could have sworn I saw another restaurant mentioning these Beyond chicken tenders, and I tried to find the post again to tell you guys, and I cannot remember where it was, but I feel like there's more than just one option now in Atlanta for, trying this new product. So I want everyone to let us know what they think.
All right,
I'm
look,
excited.
you don't have a day scheduled where we're gonna like hang out and do some stuff, so maybe we'll have to like put that on our list of stuff to do.
Yes. I love their pizza anyway,
Oh
so it'll
yeah,
work for me.
oh yeah, the Georgia peach one that had like the flavors of
Yes.
peaches, so good.
So good.
Some even though it's vegan, some food unrelated news. The number one NBA draft pick was vegan.
This is
Uh,
awesome.
it's actually surprising. I didn't expect to come across this in our news scrapage. Uh, but is Oklahoma State vegan basketball player Cade Cunningham. Hopefully, I'm saying his first name properly. He was the first draft pick in the NBA going to the Detroit Pistons. He's been vegan since high school. He is a
Nice.
220-pound, 6-foot athlete. He went vegan to see how he'd feel. He did take just kind of like experiment with himself, see how he would react. Which I think some people kind of do that anyway.
Hmm.
He actually mentioned that when they were doing the Team USA competitions over in Greece, they didn't have any food there. He wasn't really used to it, so he ended up kind of going off and do more like the McDonald's thing. But after that, he said he's going back to it because he felt so good on the vegan diet, and he hasn't gone
Yay.
back since. He's actually along with a couple other athletes, he's a spokesman for Just Egg.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep. And I believe in Detroit, they're making a local restaurant is making a Just Egg sandwich that's called the Cade Stack. That's like
So
kind
cool.
of like his. It's kind of like designed over like what he likes on his
Right.
his vegan egg sandwiches.
That is amazing. Super cool. Well, look, I like basketball, so now I'm definitely gonna have to, root for this guy. I love seeing vegans. I keep trying to see news articles about Olympic athletes that are vegan. I'm like, I just care more about you. Sorry, I just do. I don't care. I don't care.
You get more points.
I have one more bit of news that is food related. It's just a quick little thing, but so Kraft, the company, came out with vegan mac and cheese. Their old school blue rectangle box of mac and cheese, they now have a vegan version. And it stopped me in my tracks because, again, seeing like something from a company I was not expecting Kraft to bust out vegan mac and cheese.
Mhm.
That's unheard of. So that's pretty exciting, and I'm anxious to try it. It uses soy milk, but of course, it's only in Australia at the moment.
Oh, that's why I couldn't find it.
I know. I hate when that happens. I just wanted to let you guys know that it is an option. We do have some Australian listeners, so if you are out there, please go buy all of this so that maybe they'll spread it around to the rest of us. I would love to be able to just buy vegan mac and cheese just easy, besides Annie's, because sometimes it's not really my favorite.
Yeah, I mean I like the Daya box mac and cheese. People don't, but I think it's actually pretty good. But
I feel like I've had that one recently. When did I have that? I felt like we had it for like one of our little get-togethers, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, it's really good.
It was pretty good.
I think it's pretty good. But I wanted to try this one. I was actually grocery shopping the other day, and I was trying to find it. And I'm like, oh, I guess the store doesn't have it. I knew it was only Australia.
Yeah, I mean, so close, but so far.
Right. Depends on how you define close, but yeah.
I mean, at least it's a product that is made, okay? It's there. Oh gosh. So we have some other news that's not food related, and this one I thought David might find interesting. Right. So Atlanta is in the top 10 best cities for vegan dating. Yes, I know. I wish you guys could see David's face right now.
Where?
So New York is obviously the best state for it. I was just in New York, and absolutely, it's vegan heaven. So I don't. Obviously, you haven't looked at this link. Don't you click it? What do you think is the second state for vegan dating?
The second state?
Yeah, the second best state for vegan dating.
California.
No, it's third. Virginia. Why? Isn't Virginia for lovers?
I guess.
Isn't that their saying? It's the weirdest. I never in my life would have I ever said Virginia. I find that so crazy, but it's from the Vegly app, the vegan vegetarian dating app. This is all stats from that app. And it said the second highest number of viewers in relation to population is in Virginia. Just so strange. Followed closely by California, and Georgia is in the top 10. I think that's like fifth or something like that. So it's interesting. Yeah. We're definitely going to do an episode about what it's like to date as a vegan, and then my side of things, what it's like to be married as a vegan to like a non-vegan person, which is probably could be two separate episodes, but I think that's an interesting stat. So what are your opinions on that, David? He's like,
I had to read it because like it's almost like if we're like number 10, I'm like, where? There's some interesting stats I like to read on it because it I know. I'm curious how that relates to people who are part of and not part of the LGBTQ community, and how
Mm.
that differs. Uh, yeah, I feel like I always think there's a pretty heavy overlap between the vegan community and that community.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'd be interesting to see what the actual numbers are on that, how it relates.
But I will read this whole stat to you because I think you'll find this interesting. Um, Vegly has grown to over 450,000 global users. So I find that interesting because that's not just people that are vegan or vegetarian, but those are people that are seeking out others that are only vegan or vegetarian, like making those power couples.
Right.
I like it. I thought that was really interesting.
Very. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look into it because it's like, I've been searching and it's kind of I'm a few vegan vegan single groups and I watch it when they're going like, is anybody near me? It's like there's like 10,000 in this group. I was gonna know once and there's somebody else.
Too spaced out. We need more people to join Vegly. So if you're single
There you go.
and you're looking for someone to meet, then you should join Vegly so that that gets a little bit bigger and there's more people to just. I don't know if do you swipe on there? I just not.
No, you just like veggies is its own deal. Veggie people, if you listen, get in contact with me. I like to help you out with your app and make it where it's not like it is. Definitely some adjustments.
That is a good tip.
Oh my god.
All right, we have one last
more.
thing.
Yes.
So Dole, I tried to open it real quick. Dole pineapple. This is so interesting. They struck a deal to turn their pineapple leaves into vegan leather.
Huh.
So something that was probably just a waste, just thrown out or, made into a compost or whatever, is now going to be made into vegan leather. And I am just so excited for that. And what's even cooler is it's part of like Dole's effort to try to reduce their food waste. Like they're trying to do, what is it called? No fruit loss by 2025, where they just use almost like everything from the plant that they can use. And there's not a like food waste from their production. And I'm as excited, like what a clever way to use the leaves from the pineapple. And the pictures, well, we're going to put links in the show notes, but the pictures are really cool.
I'm pulling up
You
now.
have the one where you like see all the leaves like and stacked up. It's so beautiful. They almost look like curls, like someone's curly hair or something. It's so pretty. So
Yeah.
I just find this really interesting. I'm wondering what they're going to make with it. And, I hope they do some kind of video where, you can see the process of how they make the leaves into vegan leather. I love those kinds of shows where you can kind of see that whole factory process. So yay.
I've seen especially on like Kickstarter and stuff, people making like shoes and stuff out of pineapple leather. I'm doing finger quotes.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's interesting. I've always kind of wanted to get my hands something like that. That's interesting to see where this goes.
Yeah. Anything that uses food waste and then obviously doesn't harm an animal, we are all for it.
Right?
So go
Sign
Dole.
me up. Sign me up.
All right. Well, that is the end of this Minisode number 3. We've given you some really cool news articles. We want to hear your opinions on these things, food related, non-food related. And of course, if you have some kind of news that you would like to share with us, let us know. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Pocketcast, or anywhere else you get your podcast fix. Make sure to leave us a review and recommend us to your friends, family, coworkers, strangers, the delivery driver. Of course, follow us on Instagram and Facebook at The Average Vegans, or email us at theaveragevegans@gmail.com. You can find the show notes and links for all of these news articles and more at theaveragevegans.com. And again, we want to hear your latest news article that caught your attention, like these caught ours. So just send us a message. And that's it for the week.
All right. Well, until next time. Bye, guys.
Bye.